Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Salam Media. I'm your host, Dhakir Daud. Thank you for tuning in to your favorite sports show. Yep, we've had a jam packed schedule so far, but next up, we're going to be getting to a story that touches the heart. We've had the Olympic Games that took place this year, we've had the Paralympic Games that took place this year. But now we're raising funds so that we can get the Special Olympics team to the Olympics in January 2022. This will be taking place in Russia. And in order for us to get them there, funds will need to be raised. So you've seen people post about doing these plunges and getting into ice buckets of water. There's method behind this. But this year, we're back to a venue and it's going to take place. This can be live streamed on the social media platforms tomorrow. So stay tuned to that. But now I'm going to take you on a bit of a journey. We're going to find out more about the Special Olympics and what exactly this entails and what the administrators go through in order to make their athletes feel special like they should feel and get them across the world to Russia in January 2022 so they can represent our country and fly our flag high. This evening, I'm joined by one of the ambassadors for the Special Olympics, South Africa. So he's going to be telling us everything we need to know about the Special Olympics. Sibusiso Shongwe, good evening, sir. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to join me. I know that you're a busy guy and DJs make their money at night, but this time around, you decided to give up the check for a good cause. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, I think, yeah, DJs do make their money at night, like you said, but overall, it's about making an impact. It's about taking up space. It's about helping those that, for lack of a better term, are less fortunate than us, and giving them
Mm,
opportunities and making sure that they also become the best version of themselves. We are nobody in any society if we're not lending a helping hand and making sure that those with intellectual disabilities and different challenges also get an opportunity to make something of themselves. So I'm happy to do it any day.
And I mean, you've now said, you've mentioned the abilities and everything, but now coming back to a DJ, you've got so many things to do. Why have you chosen to be an ambassador for the Special Olympics, among the other reasons that you've just earlier mentioned?
Look, for me, it's a story of my own. My story is not different, really, not too different from theirs. I grew up in a small
Mm,
town. I had to have different people step in when I was playing sports and help out, lend a helping hand one way or another, whether it was sneakers, whether it was uniforms for the team, whether it was an
mm,
opportunity to go and play somewhere else. It was important to always be participating in sports because I understood, I think even at a young age, that this is something that can change my life. And because from that time to when I was at university, I didn't really struggle much because there were so many opportunities that were
mm,
provided by sports. I now understand even more that this is something that has the power to change the world, as Nelson Mandela said once upon a time, and so it becomes imperative to pay it forward, just like those that
mm,
came before me paid it forward for me. And not just that. I mean, these are athletes. When you speak about the Special Olympics of Africa and just the organization itself at large, this is about people, children, boys and girls that have special needs, that have intellectual disabilities, in a sense that are starting from a disadvantage, from a deficit of sorts. And it's
mm,
important for somebody like myself somebody who knows somewhat of their struggle. Yes, I don't have that, but I know what it feels like to come from a deficit. I know what it feels like to come from a situation where it looks like you might not be something,
mm.
and maybe to come out on the other side and prove that that's not necessarily the case. So for me, it's for these kids, these boys and girls, to understand that they have a shot one way or another, and there's people out there that are willing to sacrifice their time, their money, their energy, and everything in between to help them out.
Mm. And I think it's quite key what you said there, like just getting a chance, and that's the only thing that anybody needs in life is just a chance. And
Yes.
What you do with that chance could determine your future. Now, with South Africa enabling these athletes with that chance to go over and represent their country, fly the flag high. I mean, we've seen what the Olympic team has done. Sorry, they've
Yes.
got broken world records in the pool. We've gotten a silver medal at the first ever surfing event at the Olympics. The Paralympic team blown us out of the park, but now it comes down to the Special Olympics team. Spool,
Yes. Yes.
what can we expect from this team, man?
This team is going to surprise you. I can tell you that much because, especially in Olympics, I think what a lot of people don't know and might not realize is that we bring the organization and the athletes that are affiliated with the Special Olympics bring so many medals home. Right? There's so much
Mm,
silverware that is up there that these guys have brought back. Last year, I think, or the year before, Chanel Swartz, who we did an actual walk for, we did a spa walk last week we were raising funds and awareness for her as well because she brought home a gold medal from
mm,
the Olympics as well before that in Austria. And so there's a lot that these guys are able to do. There's a lot of silverware, a lot of pride, really, national pride that
mm,
athletes are bringing to this country, and they're raising hope. You know, somebody like Chanel, for instance, from her community, you can imagine how many kids are getting inspired by the fact that she's doing it as somebody with an intellectual disability. Now, imagine you may not have a deficit. Yes, there's deficits
mm,
one way or another. Maybe your family situation is not quite right. Maybe a schooling situation is not quite right. Maybe there's issues at home and all that. You know, no situation is really perfect. But the most important thing is athletes like Chanel are always bringing inspiration back
mm.
to the community and they're always paying it forward. And that's the most important thing. So, what you can expect from this team, man, I'm telling you now, it's going to be huge. I have no doubt when they go to Russia, they are going to surprise us all. Trust me.
They're going to be coming with the heat, coming with the fire. We're looking forward to that. Spool, looking at this now, and I think that we've touched on everything around the Special Olympics. But for our listeners and our viewers at home, give them a bit of a background or just let them know exactly what the Special Olympics is so that they can leave this conversation interview with clarity so that they can make their
Yeah.
way to your Backer Buddy page and obviously be on the right side.
Yeah, I think look the crux of it, and not to be too long on that, but the crux of it is
Mm,
Special Olympics South Africa and Special Olympics organization globally. Uh, the purpose and the mission of the organization is to provide year-round training, facilities,
mm,
and general education for to students, boys and girls, athletes with intellectual disabilities. That's really the
mm,
premise of what the Special Olympics really is. Now, there's so many different activities, so many different programs from skating to soccer to basketball to chess. There's so many different things that these kids are engaging in,
mm,
and for an organization like this to go far, to go as far as to organize and raise money so that young athletes are able to participate and do the things that they're supposed to do, essentially
mm,
to take up space, right? It doesn't matter where they come from, it doesn't matter what situation they're dealing with. Um, it's all about taking up space and making sure that they become the best versions of themselves. So that's who we are.
mm,
And like I said, for me earlier on, to echo what I was saying earlier on, for me, one of the reasons to become an ambassador and to help out was because that's my story. When I see them, I see myself, right?
mm,
And so when you see your younger self, the first thing you want to do is help. The first thing you want to do is
mm,
offer advice. First thing you want to do is say, hey, how can I make this better? If you're raising money, I mean, it's going to cost in Russia, right? Just to give you a bit of a background as
yeah.
well, for the athletes that are going there, the 20 athletes that are going there, it's going to cost 35,000 Rand for each athlete just to
Mm,
participate there, to travel, accommodation, and all that other stuff and everything in between. So if I understand the
mm,
mathematics and the details that involve that, I'm gonna do everything in my power to have that happen. Because for me, when I was younger, I would have wanted somebody to go to bat for me in that way.
mm,
So I may have that chance. Sometimes it's not even about winning. I know winning is a big part of who we are and what we want to do, but sometimes it's just about the experience. I can't tell you how many times when I was younger, we lost tournaments, we lost games, we were nervous, we felt like we didn't belong in a certain situation.
mm,
But just having that experience, having seen that, having seen people with better sneakers than me, having seen people with better facilities who play in an indoor court. The first time I ever saw an indoor court playing basketball when I was a kid was 16 years old, and we were slipping the whole time we were playing because we weren't used to an indoor court. But now I've got the experience of playing in an indoor court. Now I can start to figure out, oh, okay, so I need, fine, other than needing different sneakers, now I have the experience. So mentally, I'm more prepared, right? By the time I'm from Pumalang, I'm from a small town called Brayton. Population is about 20,000 at best, okay? Now having to come to Joburg and make the adjustment and find my voice and find myself, it had to take all those experiences that sports and basketball in particular gave me to be able to adjust mentally, emotionally, and everything in between. So for me, providing them with an experience, first and foremost, is the most important thing.
We're definitely looking forward to that. And I mean, the numbers that you mentioned there, I mean, it's quite a lot of money if you're taking an entire team to the Special Olympics. But in
35,000 times 20, basically.
Basically, quick math,
Yeah.
money isn't the strongest. So we're testing for you.
I'm not even going to go there. I think 35 times 10 should be 350, right?
You see?
So you're looking at 700,000 times 2. So that's not bad, you know? That's
almost
not
$1 million
bad.
needs to be raised in order for them
Do you understand?
to make their way over
In order for them
to the other cross of the other part of the world. But now looking at it, we've seen that the likes of South Africa's local celebrities have now come to the fore and started getting involved in what you guys call a polar plunge. The likes of Kim Jade, Mark Fish, who we've had on the show before. We've also had Lala Hirayama as well. Some well-known people in the media space here that is backing you guys and getting behind you in order to make this happen for the next generation of kids, giving them that opportunity. How has this boosted the profile of the Special Olympics in order to sort of help with the credibility of the brand, having these big names backing you guys? Has the public bought into it as well?
Absolutely, because from when the plunge started 5 years ago, so this is the 5th annual polar plunge. So from year 1 all the way to year 5, and I mean, I'm in year 3 now, being an ambassador and actually doing the polar plunge. And this year I'm obviously co-hosting it rather with Kim Jade and our other lovely friend from YFM, Oli. So look, it's having the celebrities, having big names come through has really boosted, I think, our profile, and it's put us on the map as far as organizations that are looked at first when celebrities and different organizations and different sponsorships are looking to sort of partner and make an impact. So it's the posting. I'm sure you've seen some of the flyers that have been circulating on social media, on Instagram particularly, of different celebrities. I mean, over 170 people have pledged, right? There's going to be over 120 people tomorrow at altitude in 4 years that are going to actually plunge physically there. And a lot of those people are celebrities, media personalities, all types of influence is going to be there. And so it's lifted our profile quite massively over the last couple of years. And I'm just so excited that everybody's getting involved. Everybody's getting their hands dirty, even if it's not coming through and attending some of our other events, but just to come to the polar plunge and show support has been massive, I think, for our organization.
And I think that's nice because at the same time, you tap into the celebrity aspect and people with influence, but also you guys make it that personal that the normal individual can also get involved in this. And I'm just looking at your donations to date, and so far 11,350 Rand has been raised. This is quite nice because it gives the public so much transparency so that they can see where their funding is going to.
Exactly, and we're going to have a barometer tomorrow that's actually going to be at the plunge, where if anybody pledges, we're going to add that to that thing, and it's going to show the whole time how much money we've donated so far, how much money we've actually raised so far through the pledges, through private donations, through everything really. So it keeps us and them accountable, and at the same time, it just shows you how much support we're getting, even from a financial perspective, because that's one of the most important things. I mean, we just ran the numbers, you and I, in our heads, and we've come up with this figure, right?
So far. Mm.
You understand? So it's really really done a lot, and I think we're gonna really do well tomorrow because of just the numbers that are gonna be
Mm.
there, the influence that are gonna be there. I mean, the board is also coming. The Special Olympics board is gonna
Mm.
be there as well, attending the event. You know, obviously
Nice.
all COVID protocols observed, and everybody's gonna be social distance and safe. That's the most important thing as well. But other than that, we're just gonna have a good old time, man, and trying to
Just
raise
have some fun.
as much money as we can. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay, look, let's wrap it up. I know you're a DJ. I know it's your time to shine now, so I'm not gonna want to keep you up any further. But in saying that,
Yeah.
you run yourself as a brand as well because you are the product and you
Yes.
happen to be the face of the product as well and everything that goes along with it. Right. So the first thing that your potential investors or sponsors would want to ask you is what is their return on investment for wanting to back you? So now we're going to be asking this question to the Special Olympics. And now this is
Yeah.
a appeal right now to the general public in South Africa as to why
Yes.
you need to transfer your funds from your pocket or your pocket change to the Special Olympics.
Yeah. I think the first one that I would say, and I think it's one of the really really important ones, is national pride. Right.
Mm,
As a nation, those are the people. Besides everybody else, those are the people we're actually supposed to be pushing. Those are the people that we're actually supposed to be helping. Those are the people that need our help, right?
mm,
So national pride is really an important one. But over and above that, like I say, in any community, you know, whether you're dealing with people with intellectual disabilities or not, you have to invest. You have to add value to that community, right? It doesn't matter where it is. You look at now where we are in South Africa, the unemployment rate is climbing. It's through the roof. It's about 42% now, which is ridiculous if you think about it. You know, a
mm,
lot of the youth is unemployed, and a lot of the time is because the grassroots programs, the fundamentals are not quite there. You know, we can blame
mm,
government all we want, and we know there's a lot of deficits there. That's a conversation for another day. But ultimately, I think from a private sector perspective, you know, we have to add value. We really,
yeah.
really have to in every community, not just communities that are impoverished, but communities that are also striving in one way or another. At some point, somebody's going to need help. Somebody's going to need some upliftment, right?
Mm,
And so, if I'm in the Special Olympics and I'm looking at an MTN or a Saturday Sun or a YF, whatever it is that I'm dealing with, I say national pride. It looks
mm,
great for your brand and you're adding value, right? You're helping the deficit that we're finding ourselves in as far as unemployment. Because if we are sorting out and we're helping the young athletes, it's the kids, that's the future.
mm,
Yeah. So if you're looking at making an impact, that's where you start, you know? So I think on those 2 points, that's really what I would say as far as that. Just add value, keep adding value. It's not up to the government to always
mm,
bail us out or to do this, that, and the third. I think the private sector also has a responsibility. They make money here. They do amazing
mm,
things here. And if I were to you know, go a little bit left field and also call out the data companies and say, hey, MTN, hey,
yeah.
Vodacom, hey, Celsi, you know, a lot of money is being spent by the same
Mm,
people that you're actually supposed to be helping. So how about we take and divert those funds into
mm,
the Special Olympics or other organizations, whether it's sports, whether it's brand essay, whatever it
mm.
is that we need to do, let's keep doing that.
No, definitely. And for those listeners and viewers that want to make your contribution and want to make a difference in someone else's life, you can pop on to the Special Olympics Back a Buddy page and you can make a donation there. And the event will be live streamed tomorrow. Spool, the handsome gentleman in front of us right here, right now on your screens, for those tuning in via social media, will be the host tomorrow, along with Kim Jade, one of South Africa's favorite content creators. It's going to be something fresh, very fresh, with the ice obviously involved, and
No,
everything else they're bringing in.
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun and nice and cold in the ice, but it's gonna be for a good cause. So everybody should live stream, tune
Mm,
in, and just have fun with us. You know, we'll be speaking to other people as well, not just the plungers, but other people that are attending the event, celebrities, your favorite personalities that are on TV, radio, and all other media. You know, it's just
mm.
gonna be a fun day. But that, again, the most important thing is for us to really push and raise these funds for our athletes, for our 20 athletes that are going to Russia.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to it. Spo, as time goes on, we want to follow your journey with the Special Olympics and we want to follow their journey so that we can know everything that they're getting up to. I think it'll definitely make it a personal story and something that our listeners and our viewers can latch onto, back our athletes in South Africa to give them the freedom and the access to the rest of the world. Spo, thank you so much for your
Absolutely.
time this evening. I really appreciate
Thank
it. I
you.
look forward to chatting to you soon. And I mean, could be
Yes,
as
sir.
soon as tomorrow. But yeah, let's see. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you on the plunge. If I don't, I'm going to come back here and tell all your listeners and all your viewers that you didn't come and you didn't support us and you didn't help us reach the target that we are supposed to reach
Now we're gonna get
tomorrow.
there.
So
We're gonna get
you
to the
you need
target.
to come through tomorrow.
Yeah, I just need to make sure that I go fetch my summer body and I'll be there. But Spo,
Thank you,
thanks so
man.
much.
Thank you for
Always
having me.
have a great evening. See you tomorrow. And
Thank you.
yeah, the rest of the public's also looking forward to the plunge. That was Spo Shongwe, DJ, and he is going to be the host tomorrow at the Polar Plunge. He is also the Special Olympics brand ambassador, telling us a bit more about the Special Olympics. Well, that's all that we have for this segment of the show. Next up, we're going to be chatting all things cricket with our favorite cricket analysts, Suleiman Modin and Hussein Manak, telling us what's happening in the cricket sphere right now. Stay tuned to Salam Media. We're going to be back right after this.